Hello.
Michelle, can you hear me all good?
G'day.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. How are ya?
I'm good, mate. How are you? I can't see you, by the way.
No, I'm trying to fix it. Hang on a minute. How do I do that? Add profile picture, no start video.
Start video, yep.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi.
Led Zeppelin, baby, yes.
No, I'm so rock and roll from the neck to the waist, and then I'm drinking a cup of tea. I wish I could say it was a Jack and Coke, but I'm so.
How have you been?
Yeah, man, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah?
but I'm just trying to stay on top of things, but that's challenging for me because I'm all over the place. Yeah, good. How about you?
Very well, very well. So what do you mean crazy? Just life getting a hold of you?
It's busy. So obviously with the launch of the game, it's been hectic. And I've been doing interviews for film festival too. So I've been interviewing people. So
Oh, now you're on the
yeah,
other end of it.
I've been on the other end. So I was like, oh, I'm a bit nervous actually, because when I'm interviewing, I'm like super organized. I know what I'm going to ask and blah, 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 blah. But when you're on the other end, it's like, it's a crap show, right?
What sort of interview? What sort of interviews are you doing? Is it on the carpet
Well, normally it would be on
stuff?
the carpet.
Yeah.
So I've done the interviews for this film festival, First Glance Film Festival, for 3 years now, and usually they're done on the carpet as the filmmakers coming into the event. But with COVID, we've had to adapt, and they've all been online this year. But you know what? I actually prefer it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I prefer it. Yeah, I prefer it because I can do it from home, and I'm real lazy
Yeah.
and low maintenance, so I can like sit in my sweats and do it, which is great. But also, it sort of gives you more space and time to have a real conversation. Like when you're at the
Mm.
event and you've got crowds of people waiting to get interviewed, there's less time to have, a good old chin wag. You're a bit like, next.
Yeah,
But when
it's
you,
more just stock standard stuff and then move on to the next sort of thing.
yeah, but I felt like I had really good conversations with the filmmakers this year. So
Yeah.
every cloud
What's
down.
that what's that festival again?
It's called First Glance Film Festival.
And what
They have one on the East Coast, and then they have one in LA. It's been going for years, I think 20, 25 years or so. It's great and like really inspiring. Some amazing films. And now that we're like a year and a bit into lockdown, and I've literally watched everything, it was great to be like, oh yeah, film festival's coming up. I've got to watch all these films before I do the interviews.
That's
So
cool. That's cool. There's
yeah.
hundreds and thousands of people in here that are very happy to see you. Let's just say that.
Yay. Hi everyone. Can you see me?
They can see you all good, yeah. Um I wanted to ask you, so how was 2020 for you? How did that year, because I know you do a lot of theater and other stuff. So did that affect your life a lot?
Oh, um, 2020 was challenging for so many different reasons. Um, Obviously, we were already in production for this game, for Resident Evil.
Yep.
So we had to finish the game during COVID. So that threw up all kinds of challenges because, nothing like this has happened in our lifetime before. So everyone's just trying to figure it out for themselves, right? So there was that. Um, and obviously, the industry on a whole shut down.
Mm.
So, you know, there's no there's no auditions, there's no work, there's no creative outlet unless you're making your own stuff,
Mm.
which a lot of people did, which is great. So obviously that's challenging. And then for me, I had my own personal challenges, which I don't want to go into too much, but COVID really fucked my immigration status because I'm here in the US.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, because of the traveling and not being able to travel, it just made things a little bit tricky for me. So I found myself in a position where even if I'd wanted to or could have worked, there was a period of time where my hands were tied. So
Oh.
personally, it was a struggle for me, but
Yeah.
that's all in the rear view mirror now.
Yeah.
And we're sort of coming out the other side, which is great.
So you're based in LA still now?
I am, yeah.
Okay, cool. But you
Yeah.
grew up in London, or?
Yeah, for the most part. So I was actually born in Cyprus.
Oh,
My
wow.
dad in the army, and so he was stationed in Cyprus. I was born. We lived there for like 2 years, and then for the next sort of, I don't know, 6 years, we moved around Northern Ireland, Germany, lots of little towns in England. And then when I was 8, they packed me off to boarding school for a little bit of consistency. And pretty much from that moment on, I was in London. So
Yeah. And did you always know you wanted to be in acting, or did you fall into it, or what?
Um, well, so I've always been a performer, but I actually had a whole nother career before acting. So I trained as a ballerina.
Really? Yeah.
I did, yeah, I did, which actually I'm laughing, but it's come in really useful when I've had to do things like mocap,
Yeah.
because as a dancer, you have to really understand how your body moves, and that doesn't always come naturally to actors. And so I'm really grateful to have that,
Mm.
experience, because it's booked me some jobs, let me tell you. But yeah, so I trained at the Royal Ballet, and when I graduated from school, I did musical theatre for 10 years, Dan. So my first job was Cats, the musical.
Oh, wow.
And
Have
then
you seen
I
the movie?
I haven't. You know what? I just heard that they butchered it, and I couldn't bring myself
Yeah,
to.
they really did. It's sad, but anyway,
I
continue.
know. So I didn't watch it, but
No.
I was really lucky. I had an amazing career as a singer and a dancer, and then I got to the point where I don't want to sound like a dick, but I was like, I was lucky. I mean, a lot of it's luck, but I was like, shit, I've kind of done everything that I want to do. So I can either keep doing this until my body gives up on me, or I can try something new. And there had been a point when I was training that I thought about going to drama school, but I was offered this role in Cats, and then I just went down that route. When you're
Yeah.
18 and someone's like, here, take a wad of cash for doing something you love, you're like, all right. But I don't give much thought. But at that point I had considered acting, but Cats came, and that was that. So at that point in my career, I was like, well, now seems like a good time to try it. And so I went back to drama school. I put myself back in school for 2 years on a classical acting course.
Ooh.
And that was that. Graduated and have been acting ever since. So it was a gamble, but it paid off.
People in here can't believe that you're British. Your accent's British.
Great. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's good. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yeah, 100%. If you don't know it's you in the game, that's always a compliment. So how did that all come about? How did this amazing role come about? This wasn't your first mocap, was it? You did Halo.
No. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I played Kelly in Halo, which was like it was my first video game and my first motion capture. And it was a big one, so it was like a baptism of fire. And then since then, I have done other video games and other motion capture. And one of the games that I'd worked on was for an amazing casting director, Rosanna, and she contacted me about Resident Evil. When she called me, though, we didn't know it was Resident. Well, I didn't know it was Resident Evil because it's referred to by a code name, and lots of secrecy around the project for understandable reasons. So she was just like, you know what? I'd love you to audition for this project. Originally, I read for the tall lady.
Oh, there's an exclusive, everybody.
I'm going to give you another one. So, and then after that, obviously, I wasn't quite right for that. I read for the daughters.
Wow.
I read for the daughters after that.
There you go.
And then when I went in to meet Steve, our director, he on the spot gave me Miranda to read. And I was a bit like, because it was one of those.
No preparation.
Exactly. And I was like, I just had to say to him, look, this is amazing, but can you just give me a minute? So I like put myself off to a corner because also there was an accent as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Because I think I'd read for Lady D and the Daughters with my own accent.
Okay.
And I just wasn't prepped to come in and read from Miranda with an American accent or a transatlantic accent. So I was like, I'm going to need a minute. Fine, fine, fine.
Oh, that's high pressure, especially for a big game like this.
It is, but you know what? They're so great. They were so understanding, and
Yeah,
they didn't rush me. I took my time, and it was a very collaborative, creative audition process. So it was kind of fun. I didn't feel like I was being judged on my performance. It was very much like, so try this and try that, and
that's
it's
cool.
play. So it was amazing. It
And
was
so,
great.
what came out in that audition, was that similar to what we got in the end, or what?
It's so long ago now. I don't even say no, probably not, because I think Miranda evolved over the 2 years that it took to make the game. From the audition to what you see in the game, it was an evolution for sure. So I mean, I'm sure there was a flavor of that in the beginning, but I mean, I definitely didn't really know what I was doing in the audition. So you know
Yeah,
I think as you go along and you learn more about the character and the world that you're inhabiting, that informs your performance. But at the time when they throw you a couple pages and like, read this, it's like you're just stabbing in the dark a little bit.
interesting that you went for both those roles. It's crazy how
Yeah,
it works out. You still get nervous doing auditions now, after years
I
in the
do,
business? You
I
do,
do.
yeah.
But do you know what the beauty? I don't want to say the beauty of COVID, but the one plus side in terms of our business is that I see it as a plus side. I mean, many would disagree with me, but auditions now are not in person. They're
Mm.
all done mostly, for the most part, as a self tape. And honestly, I feel like I'm much better in that sort of situation than when I'm in the room. I get much more nervous when I'm in the room.
Yeah, it's funny you
So,
say that because I've had people go the other way. They prefer the room. Yeah.
well, yeah, because I think you can. The good thing about being in the room is that you can strike up a relationship and a rapport with the people that you're working with.
Mm.
Whereas with a tape, they're literally judging you on, what you're bringing to the table as an actor. So there's definitely a plus side, a plus point for being in the room. But I do get very nervous. So I
Yeah.
kind of like that I can do it in my bedroom and do a couple takes and choose which one I want to send, which you
Um,
don't get the luxury of when you're,
no, not at all. Sprint Bell has says, was there ever a Romanian accent on the cards, or was it always transatlantic?
for Miranda.
Yeah, or anyone that you remember.
I think there was an
Mm.
Eastern European accent, not from Miranda, but I think maybe for the tall lady, I may have done an Eastern European accent for that. I honestly can't remember, but now that you've mentioned it, I think very early on, my first audition, I may have done an Eastern European accent. Obviously badly because I didn't get the job.
Dynamite here says, what was it like working with Todd, and what was your favorite scene with him?
Todd's amazing. So actually, I'd worked with Todd before
Really?
um,
Wow.
on another video game. So I didn't know because I didn't know what I was signing up for. I didn't know who was going to be in it. And I remember for the table read, which is when it's basically when all the actors get together for the first time and you read through the script. I was like looking for parking. I was like, fucking LA, can't find parking. Who do I see? Beep, beep. It's like Todd across the road also trying to find parking. And it was a great moment of, way, you're doing it. So that was great.
uh,
And you know what? Honestly, apart from maybe one day, I think all my motion capture days were with Todd. So it was
yeah.
great. He was my buddy. He was my motion capture buddy. In terms of he's great. Can I just say he's just so great. He's so good at what he does. He's so consistent,
Can you
and he's
can you
a nice
convince him to
guy.
come on the show? He's still iffy.
Probably. Leave it with me.
All right.
He's the best. He's such a good guy, and he's so good at what he does.
Yeah,
He's very consistent, and when you're working together as actors, he's going to give you something good, so he's pushing you to raise the bar every single time, and he's going to be consistently good, right? So that for me is such a gift.
We just played that scene earlier where it's you and him one-on-one towards the end of the game. Do you remember shooting that scene in particular?
Is it? I don't see. I'm not sure.
Where you're switching. It is a little bit spoilery for anyone that hasn't finished it, but it's where you do something to him. Let's just say that.
Where you reach for a body part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've forgotten the question already.
That actually sounds a bit weird when you say it like that.
Nice penis,
Yeah, what was that like shooting that scene in particular? Because you got to get to this place creatively, don't you?
Yes, but also we were doing it in COVID, so it's like 6 feet apart.
Oh, okay.
So it was already challenging, but then it came with a whole new set of challenges on top of that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for sure, it was quite a tiring scene to shoot, because it's the climax, and she's obviously, for those of you that have played it, she's on another level by that point. So like vocally it's tough. Physically it's tough, because when we shoot it as well, we're unlike TV and film, we prefer to do use an entire take, or take in its entirety. So you're not picking, like cherry picking the best bits from different takes. You're going at it as one full take every single time.
Which is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. But you have to be performing at a certain level consistently,
It's tougher, yeah.
It's tough, and obviously vocally there's a lot of screaming and like high intensity. So it was great. I mean, you get lost in the moment slightly, but then also you don't, because it's so specific when you're acting for motion capture, because everything, like your hand has to be in a certain place, this far away from his body. Do you know what I mean? It's just, so you're trying to embody this moment, but also your like actor brain is like, make sure you stand there, make sure you wait until, do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just extra.
A lot of moving parts.
There's a lot more so than with regular TV and film, for sure.
So when you're reaching in to grab that body part, you can't go all the way. You got to sort of pull back, don't you?
Yes. So fun fact, we have a third person come in and like, because the body part also has its own little dots on it.
No way. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What is it?
It's a little motion capture body part.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what it's made of. It's just like,
how funny.
A ball of something.
I thought they'd add that in later, but there you go.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's so specific. Yeah. So then you've got a third person coming in and then, dangling it for me to then grab onto. Yeah. It's everything's very calculated and precise.
Yeah.
So
Bushy says, Dan interviewing all these top voice actors. Are you going into voice acting, Dan? Not quite. Intro Da says, ask if she's a woman of culture. Oh. Yes, she's a woman of culture. Summoner Dagger says, Mother Miranda is my favorite antagonist from the game. Michelle did an amazing job. Can she say, I've never seen a man live without his heart? Please.
Oh no, now I'm really self-conscious.
It's all right. We can leave that to the end if you want.
But if you DM me, who said that comment?
Summoner Dagger, the name is.
Okay, if you DM me, I can definitely sort something out with you privately.
There you go. How good's that? So what about the other cast members? You got Maggie, Neil, all these incredible actors. How was that scene, where you're all gathered? We saw some behind the scenes of it. I posted it. It's now at 4 million views. have seen
Wow.
that video, which is great for you guys to get that exposure and people to understand what it's like. But what was that scene like to record that, do that?
Honestly, for me, it was really intimidating because that was my first day
Mm-hmm.
on set. I'm not sure if the other guys had worked before that, but it was definitely my first day, and it was the only day that I worked in a group. All the other days were just Todd and I one-on-one. So, and these guys are amazing at what they do. I mean, amazing. And so I was like, well, fuck, I really gotta deliver. It was, do you know what I mean? And Miranda she's the queen of everyone. So, you know, I have to top the big tall lady and I have to top this guy with his hammer, and they're all bringing it, and they're huge characters, and really accomplished actors. Honestly, I just found the whole thing quite intimidating. That's the word I would use.
I
It
can
was
imagine that for sure, because everyone is a larger than life character, and you've got to be the lord of all these
you've got to
huge
be,
villains.
yes, you're the mother villain of all villains.
Yeah, but
So
you
you,
held your own. I got to say, that's one of the best scenes in the game.
thank you. And also, I kind of, looking back on it now in hindsight, I wish that we could go back and do that scene again, because it was the first scene that I had done. And so over time, I think the character really
Came
came
out.
into its own.
Mm.
And I wish I could go back and have another go at that first scene, because I think it's such an important scene. And I was worried that I hadn't quite captured the moment because it was shot so early on, before I'd really found who she was.
So to me, hearing you say it sounds like you're not fully sold on that. Am I right?
On this
On your
scene,
performance in that scene.
I would, if I could go back and do it again, I would.
But
Does that answer your question?
are you happy with how it turned out?
I haven't played the game.
Oh, haven't you? Have you
No,
seen your footage? Have you seen the cutscene?
some of it, but not all of it.
Oh, really?
I know.
Wow.
So I'm waiting for my friend Michael. Michael, if you're watching this, hurry up, because he always buys the games that I'm in and he plays them. So I'm hoping that he said he was going to buy this one and play it. So I'm hoping I can piggyback on his outing.
Is that what happened with Halo? Did he play it for you or what?
He played it, but I still haven't seen Halo.
Oh my goodness, Michelle. What are you doing?
I know, I'm terrible, aren't I?
No, you're
I'm
not.
terrible.
You're not. But I'm shocked that you haven't seen all your scenes on YouTube yet. Because a lot of actors
No,
go straight to YouTube and watch my videos on all their
like
scenes.
that. I'm a little like that. I will at some point for sure.
Is it a nerves thing, or is it a just haven't had time, or what is it?
Probably a little bit of both. As I said at the beginning, I've been super busy, so haven't had the luxury of that extra time to
Yeah.
watch myself. But also, it's a little bit of like, oh, I hope I did a good job. I hope I like what I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every actor is like that. Do you know what I mean? And then you sort of think back to the process and you go, oh, this is how you remember how you were feeling on the day. You remember certain challenges, and then you sort of hope that it turned out well. But you don't know. You don't always know. Do you know what I mean?
Trust me, it turned out well. Trust me.
Okay, great. But watching back is like a little bit like, oh, let's see if it did or not.
I especially like the final boss fight, or you could call it like the real ending, where you've really got to go over the top with your voice, and there's a lot of efforts in there,
And do you know what's funny about that?
yeah,
And not funny, but so if it's the bit that I'm thinking of, so that
the transformation and all that.
that wasn't done on the mocap stage. That was done in a little recording studio sound booth where I'm like wearing my normal clothes and I've got some headphones on, and there's a mic, and I'm seeing the visual in front of me, and so I'm seeing her movement and then you've got like the window, and then everyone watching you from the window. So that moment was not done in the context of the scene. That moment was shot with me with my cup of fucking throat coat going flailing in a sound booth in my Led Zeppelin t-shirt. It's quite bizarre.
Well, that makes it even more impressive because you really go at it in that scene. In that, you really gave it your all.
Well, do you know what? I had they were so, the team's amazing. I just can't speak highly enough of the whole team. I mean, every single person on the team made this game what it is. But you know, it was tough with Miranda because, and anyone who's done any sort of extreme voice acting can relate to this. It asks a lot of you, and sometimes you don't have that many takes in you. Do you know what I mean? So they were very accommodating about scheduling, and they were very mindful of like putting those big scenes at the end of the day, and being really clear about what they wanted before we recorded anything, because to avoid me having to do things like 100 times. But yeah, it was good. But you know what was really useful was seeing the visual, because you don't always get that.
So what were you seeing? Were you actually seeing the gameplay? Do you remember?
No, so I was so in that moment I would see a very basic version of her, you know, doing the movements.
Okay.
Or whatever she's doing, and then I would voice what I see so you're matching the voice to the movement, but you don't always get that. So
No.
it's a luxury for a voice actor to have that much support. Yeah.
Have you done a lot of voice work in the booth?
I have done quite a lot, yes.
Yeah, because I was going to say, a lot of the time you don't even know what the character looks like in voice.
I know.
So that is good.
And also you're often only recording, I'm not just specifically talking about Resident Evil, but you're often not recording a scene with the other people in the scene. You're just recording your side of the scene. So it's not like me having a conversation with Dan. It's like us having this conversation, but I'm talking to myself. Do you know what I mean?
So were you hearing Todd's voice? No. Not at all. You just had to go off the script, yeah.
Yeah. I see his lines, but I don't hear him saying them. I don't see him saying them. I see the script.
So I wonder if he heard them on his end for that.
No, I don't. You don't
think so? Wow.
Not in the booth. That's why it's so beautiful to come to set and have those motion capture days, because that's when you get to play with the other actors, and you get to speak the lines in the context of the scene. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the booth, you don't often, I don't want to say you never, but you don't often get that.
No, not at all. Enter Plaz here says, what was your favorite part of the scene with the lords all together in one room? I think we just mentioned that.
Yeah. What was my favorite part? Honestly, for me, I suppose on the day, it was the first time that I got to meet these characters. So for me, it was just discovering who these characters were and seeing these amazing voice actors bring them to life. I was like, because I didn't have too much to say in that scene. She was doing a lot of holding court.
Very mysterious, character.
It's not mysterious at that point, but it gave me a good chance to sort of sit back and just take stock of everything and see what I'm working with.
Chaos here says, Mother Miranda, you are an amazing actress. We love you. Your amazing performance, beautiful personality, great talent. Okay, what about me, Chaos? I'm here too.
Thank you, Chaos. I appreciate that so much.
People are, if I read them all out, we'd be here all day. Thank you, Jade, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Danielle says, Mother Miranda, you were a pain in the ass on the hardest difficulty in the game, but the voice acting was amazing.
Thank you, and I'm sorry. That's my job, right? She's supposed to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I did that last night, and you really were a pain in the ass. Bushy says, stop stressing. You did an amazing job. Trust me.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
So talk to me about Halo quickly. That was your first ever mocap on Halo.
Yeah. It was my first video game, my first time voicing a video game, and my first time doing motion capture. So it was
So the
I
nerves
mean,
were high, surely. The pressure, like it's a huge franchise, Halo.
yes, but what I will say was because it was my first time,
Mm.
I was completely ignorant
Of the world,
to
yeah.
of the world, and so I didn't realize how big a deal it was. Do you know what I mean?
Which
And
would
so
have
in a
helped.
way, it served me. I mean, I kind of did when I was auditioning for it because when I went for the callback, I was like, it blew my mind. I hadn't experienced anything like that before in an audition situation, so I knew it was a big deal, but I didn't really know how big a deal it was. I know when I got offered the job, my agent was like, "Wow, it's Halo," and I was like, "That's great." I am.
It was a
But
foreign world to
I
you.
know it
Yeah,
was such a foreign world to me. I mean,
yeah.
now I understand its place in the world, but at that time I didn't. But I thank God I didn't because I think I would have been way more nervous um, doing it than I already was, and I already was nervous. So
So I don't
yeah,
want to get you in trouble. Don't say anything. But are you excited for the next Halo
of
coming out
course
at the end of this year? Yeah.
I am. I'm starting to see a little bit of chat about it
Mm.
uh, online now, so I am. I'm peaking. I'm
So
peaking at it.
did you work with Bruce Thomas? Because I've had him on the show. He
I
obviously
did.
does
Yes,
Master
I
Chief.
did.
Yeah, you did. Nice.
Did, yeah. Only a couple of days, but I think there's a picture somewhere on my Instagram feed of myself and Bruce.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
a
myself.
silky smooth voice, that guy. I tell you
Yeah,
what.
yeah. And
And
again, another great team of actors for that project too.
oh, the cast in that game's incredible. Thinking back, Nathan
Yeah,
Fillion was in it, I'm pretty sure.
mhm, that's right.
Who
Yeah,
else? Oh, amazing actors in that.
yeah. I know that a lot of people weren't expecting Kelly to have an English accent though.
No, and what was the reception for that?
It was a mixed bag. I think
Yeah,
people, yeah, it was a little bit mixed. I think people just weren't anticipating it, or they had assumed that she would be American. I mean, it kind of makes you can buy that she isn't
yeah,
American,
yeah.
sure, like with the storyline, but I don't know. I think people hadn't really considered that she wouldn't be. So when it when that all came to light, is you've got the people that are a little bit more open minded than others.
Yeah, yeah. So was that your first time dealing with that sort of stuff?
Um, to on I mean, I don't know, you're always open to like judgment and
Mm.
criticism when you put yourself out there as a performer. So in terms of, I mean, this was more of a casting, it was a opinion of casting rather than my performance, I'd like to think.
No, it was, yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm going to say it was not my first time dealing with that, but it was, yeah, no, it wasn't my first time.
Yeah. So
Still have those thoughts.
what about the fan reception for this game? All the incredible art that's coming out, and how's it been? Have you seen much so far?
I've seen some for sure. I mean, based on previous experiences, I'm always braced for the negative reviews, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's just part of what we do. I have to say, everyone has been amazing, so positive and supportive and welcoming. I literally don't have a bad word to say about the Resident Evil fans. They've just really welcomed me into the family, and I've had nothing but love, straight up love. So
That's
I hope that.
amazing. That's amazing. And it obviously was the fastest selling in history from what I saw. 3
Oh,
million in 4 days. Something crazy.
oh, isn't that crazy?
I mean,
I'm really pleased for everyone, for the fans, but also for the people that work so hard to deliver it under such challenging circumstances. I'm just really pleased for everyone, for the whole team. So
Enter here says, "Did you ever meet Jeanette?" That was a very sad thing that happened to Jeanette Moores. She obviously passed away earlier this year. Did you ever get to meet her?
I did not. No,
No.
I
Yeah.
did not.
Because she wasn't in that. Yeah, she was never in a scene with you, was she?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. Um,
yeah.
Lieutenant says, "Hey Michelle, you did an incredible job, tremendous job. I have a quick question. If I could send you a poster, would you sign it? Much appreciated."
Sure. Send it to my manager. My manager's like,
And you've also got a cameo. If you want a cameo from Michelle, guys,
oh yeah, I
as
do.
Mother
Right.
Miranda, I'll leave it in the description, and you can get one, or any of your
Yes.
other amazing characters that you've done.
I mean, there's been lots of amazing characters.
Yeah.
They've all
So
been amazing. They were all amazing in some way. I was having a conversation with someone today. They were like, uh, "Do you have favorite characters?" And I'm
yeah,
like, "Do you know, it's funny because all of them, you give a little piece of yourself to. Do you know what I mean? And even the ones like Miranda, who are arguably not as lovable, obviously lovable as some of the others, you just can't help but get attached to them. They're like your babies.
yeah. Every time I've asked an actor that, they never give a favorite. They always, it's the same answer.
The one thing I will say, I did do a TV show that I was on for about 5 years, and just by playing a character for so long,
Strike Back.
that's right. It's sort of you do. She's real special. She's one of my favorites because how can you not after such a long time?
I think that's the one time. If it's a long-standing TV series, you can't help but not. Especially
Yeah.
that. How many episodes did you do for that? 40 plus, somewhere around that.
Yeah, it was 4.5 seasons, so
Yeah.
it's a lot.
And were you sad when you got spoilers? Everybody got killed off.
You know, yes and no. So no, because actually it was my decision to leave the show. So it was very orchestrated on my part. So no, because it is what I wanted. But yes, because after 5 years on a show, you get attached to the character you're playing, you get attached to the crew, to your castmates, and it really was a little family on that show. And so, although I was happy to move on, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough to say goodbye for sure.
Did you cry on the final day?
Oh yeah. Well, no. Had you know what was funny was because with that show, so I was definitely sad, but then Sullivan was he couldn't complete filming because he had to go into hospital, and so I ended up having to go back again to complete the scenes that we hadn't completed. So it wasn't the end when I thought it was the end.
Oh,
So,
no.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was all up for the end, and then a few months later they were like, "Can you come back?"
Come back for a reshoot, yeah.
I know, and I remember my last scene was so anticlimactical.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Was I wasn't even on the main set. It was like, yeah, it was some pickup where I was supposed to be sitting in a speedboat, but it wasn't actually a speedboat. It was like the side of the road in Thailand somewhere. And like the crew are like pushing my chair to make it look like I'm bobbing on the water. And I don't have any lines. I'm like flipping through an iPad. And it was just like,
But that's not the real end. That's not the real end, though.
No, it was like,
No.
oh shit. It was a bit of an anticlimax actually, but it was tough to say goodbye still.
That would have been a big family. You would have had, you would still keep in touch with a lot of those people, I'm sure, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to watch it. I haven't watched it, I'm ashamed to say. It's sitting on 8.2 on IMDb, which is really high for a TV show that long-standing.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's like going to maybe I'm probably getting into trouble for saying this, but it's not the Thinking Man show. But it's you're in big budget action. You are not going to be disappointed. It's so brilliantly done. So it's great to just like stick on at the end of the day after a hard day's work and just enjoy.
And you work with Michelle Yeoh in that. She's obviously in Crazy Rich Asians. She's blown up recently.
I know, and she's part of the Star Trek franchise.
Star Trek and Last Christmas and
obviously she's a Bond girl, so
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. Guys, if you've got any questions, leave them for our lovely guest Michelle here. We've got one here. Michelle, you did a great job. Thank you so much. That's from Skeptical Gamer.
Thank you.
Drive-by commentator, he says, great job, Michelle. Question, the Megamycete and all its permutations, versus
Yes.
the Halos flood. Who wins?
Oh, I'm gonna say Mega My Seat. I'm gonna say Mega My Seat.
I
Good
think
question.
so. I think so. That's a very creative question. I like that.
That's great.
Uh, your boss fight was awesome. I took you out with the Wolfsbane revolver. How do you like them apples? That's from Sir JC.
Good for you. I love them apples.
People are just bragging that they've beaten you. That's a
Yeah,
weird one. Did you get
that's fun.
any? Did you get anything that you could take home from this? Like any goodies that they gave you, or do you just have the memories?
Just the memories, but they're enough.
Oh, really? Nothing? Not a T-shirt? Nothing?
I mean, not yet. I might receive something in the mail as a surprise. But then I didn't. I don't think I have for any video game I've done. To be fair.
Really? So
Mhm.
you just weren't weren't brought up as a gamer at all. You just weren't. Um,
Well, I don't want to say I've never been a gamer. When I was real young, I was into, I mean, it's gonna give away my age a little, but I was into those old arcade games big time. Do you know what I mean?
ooh, yeah.
Really into those big arcade games. And then when we were playing games on computers that were like fucking enormous and like yeah, there were some great games back. I can't even think of the name of them, but I was definitely into computer games as a child. But I don't know. It was just never something that I took into my adult life, not for any particular reason. So, I mean, I'm kind of like, you guys are like, have you played? Have you played? Honestly, I wouldn't even know how, or where to start, but I'm like open to it for sure. Because
Yeah.
hearing everyone's experience and how immersive the world is, I'm kind of like, I want to give it a go, but I need a supervisor. I need someone to hold my hand and show me how to do it.
Yeah, you know about Twitch streaming and that sort of thing.
I mean, I've heard of Twitch, but
You wouldn't know how to do it.
you guys are like, what? This woman works in video games?
Uh, um,
I know.
question here: who's your favorite of the lords? Demetrius, Heisenberg, Moreau, or Angie and Donna?
You're asking a mother to choose her favorite child. I can't answer. I can't
Oh,
answer. I'll get into trouble if
okay.
I answer. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they're all great. They're all delicious. They're all fun. It would be difficult to choose genuinely.
Neil said Lady D was his favorite.
I see that they've got a little thing going on there, Bond.
Have you seen the blow up of her character and the
Literally,
like? Have you seen the amount of videos and
I have.
just
People are
everything?
obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed. She's so iconic now.
Isn't it
Uh,
crazy?
it's crazy.
Did
I
anyone
mean,
on set expect that?
no, I mean, like I say, I mean, it was only me and Todd really chatting about things, but
Yeah.
no, from what I don't think so. But I'm not surprised. I mean, she is iconic.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, it's the perfect fodder for that kind of, you
Yeah.
know, cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos here says, "Is Ethan dead?"
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I don't know how to answer that. I can't
Okay.
answer
Okay. Don't get in trouble. Don't ask. If you can't answer it,
that.
don't ask it. Zachary, what is Mother Miranda's favorite food?
Humans, probably.
I think he meant you, Michelle, but
Oh,
I hope it's not humans.
that's hilarious. My favorite food. Do you know I'm such a foodie? I love all kinds of food. Again, it would be really difficult for me to choose something.
Yeah.
I love a moussaka though. You know what moussaka?
Ooh, no, I don't. What
It's
is
a
it?
Greek dish. It's like lamb with eggplant, and then this creamy cheese sauce. It's delicious. You should try it.
Not wrapped in anything, just open.
No, it's like a Greek lasagna.
Ooh,
I know,
okay.
but it's made of minced lamb instead of beef. And then instead of pasta, there is eggplant.
Very
I'm telling you
interesting.
guys, go try it. It's delicious. It's not my favorite, but do I have a sweet tooth? So I'd probably, if I had to choose something, I'd choose dessert.
Oh yeah, ice cream or I like waffles. They're my favorite at the moment, anyway.
Anything with a shit ton of sugar in it.
Favorite scene you acted in?
Probably that last scene.
Yeah, I was going to
Probably,
say it'd have to
yeah.
be.
Like the climax, yeah.
Dynamite here says, were you given a lot of backstory for the role?
No.
Really? So you were
Yes.
sort of left to fill in the blanks yourself?
I wouldn't say that because that sounds like I wasn't supported in the process. I just, I mean, backstory. I mean, you were given you were given enough information to understand where she comes from and the
Mm.
world that she inhabits, and there is freedom within that to co-create with the other creatives. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's prescriptive. And there's also a lot that you don't see as an actor coming in and out. You know, there isn't always the luxury of time to be like, so, will you, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like, where are we in the game, and what happens here? And you don't always have the luxury of that. So you have to make big, bold acting decisions based on the information that you have.
So what's the voice direction in that last scene? Do they say, we need you to go big here, bold? What do they, how do they
Yeah,
direct you?
you know, generally for Miranda, it was big and bold.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I remember definitely having some conversations because my worry was that she would appear very one note. Do you know what I mean? And they were very accommodating, and we were able to find places where we could do something different. You know, do you know what I mean? To just give her a little bit more depth and more layers.
Yeah.
But it was very, you know, go big or go home, generally.
So did they tell you that Miranda was the hag all along, or is that something that they don't, you wouldn't even know?
No. See,
Yeah.
that's what I mean when you said about backstory and stuff.
Mm.
Those those are the sort of things that you don't always get told,
Yeah.
unless it's relevant to your performance. Then sometimes something like that may not even come into play.
So did you have the Japanese consultants from Capcom in the booth with you? Was that tough going with the translation?
Okay, so this was, remember, it was COVID, so they couldn't travel to the US. So
Ah.
normally they would be there with you. And these poor people had to work through the night because of the time difference from Japan while we were recording in LA on US on
Oh,
Pacific Standard
yeah.
Time. So those poor buggers were like literally up through the night. Um, and we had a brilliant translator. That was not an issue at all. The translation was not an issue at all. We were really well covered. It was very smooth. There was an open dialogue.
Mhm.
But the most challenging thing was having to do everything over a long distance through technology rather than have them in the next room. So that was challenging.
We've got a bunch more questions. Are you all right to keep going, Michelle? I forgot to ask you earlier. Are we all good to keep going?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mad P says, can you ask Michelle, how does someone become a voice actor? I'd love to get into the field.
Hmm. I mean, I think it's different for every person. And I also think it's different, a different story depending on which part of the world you're in, because every place seems to operate differently. For me, so obviously I started as a theatre actor, and then I transitioned to TV and film and commercials. And I had done some voiceover in England, but I'd only really dabbled.
Okay.
What I will say though is that often voice acting can be considered the sort of poor relation to live action acting or theatre acting. Do you know what I mean?
Like motion capture or just other?
It's sort of like I don't know. This is the impression that I get. It's like if you're a voice actor, you're just slightly not on the same level as a TV or film actor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
What I'm saying is that I completely disagree with that because voice acting is such a specific skill. It's very different to acting for TV, film, and theatre. It's very, very different. It's also very competitive. So often a lot of people are interested in doing it, but it's a journey. So for me, it was a journey. So I was lucky that I had acting experience. And I was lucky that somebody gave me an opportunity to be seen and heard. And I honestly, it's not the answer you're probably looking for, but I was in the right place at the right time. I'd had acting experience. Someone heard my voice and was like, we'll give her a go.
You created your own luck with hard work.
I don't even want to take that much responsibility for it. I mean, I definitely put myself out there. When I was in England, I spent the money and the time to put together a voice demo reel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I will say is that in America, I don't know where whoever is asking this question is.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot the name. Sorry.
That's all right.
But I know that certainly in America, in my experience, people are not really using reels that often, whereas in England, they're much more used. So
why not in America?
I don't know. I just think I don't know the answer to that, but
Really?
I've never really needed a voice reel working as a voice actor in America, whereas in England, I really needed to have one. No reel, no work. So
wow, there's a big difference for you.
yeah. So I put the time and effort into getting a reel made. I mean, what would I say? What would I say to someone wanting to get into it? I think it's worth taking the time to do a course. There are plenty of voice acting courses out there. You can do a course for commercials. You can do a course for animation, for video games. There are definitely courses. And because it is such a specific skill, I would say that anyone that's considering it would maybe, take a look at doing a course just so you get a better idea of what's required and whether it is something you really want to get into. That would be my first step. Play around with doing a voice reel. If you don't want to spend thousands on getting a professional one down, get your iPhone and put stuff down. Take copy from a commercial that you do, play around with it, pick a character, make a funny voice for it. Do you know what I mean? Just give yourself a chance to play. And then, I don't know, after that, a lot of it's luck. Right off to agents, send your demo, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert, and I'm the first to say I'm lucky. So I hope that there's something in there that you find useful.
I respect that you acknowledge that there is a lot of luck involved, because I think
there is.
Yeah, there is.
There's obviously a lot of hard work too.
Yeah.
But it's hard work, preparation meets opportunity.
Love it. Anna here, Professor Art here says, my favorite line was delicious. I don't remember that one. Delicious. When was that said? Alan B, how did you prepare for the performance in Resi?
Honestly, when it came to the vocal performance, a lot of throat coat. Do you know what a throat coat is?
Helping your voice, soothe your voice.
It's the fucking magic tea that they have in all voiceover studios.
I thought it was lemon and honey. That was the magic. No?
I mean, that's so like 1985.
Sorry.
It's all about the throat coat, babe.
Okay.
No, I mean, in all seriousness, there wasn't really I didn't really prepare in terms of getting into character before a session. Practically, honestly, vocal rest and throat coat. I'm not even joking. Keep hydrated. So that's all stuff looking after your voice. In terms of character, I think after a while, you just know. It's just there. Do you know what I mean?
As long as you turn it on?
Yeah. Because it's very this is very different to preparing for theater. or preparing for a movie or a TV show, just in the sense that when you're going, if you're just going for a voiceover day, like I said before, you're not doing the scenes in the context of the game. So you take each line individually and you speak each line individually. So it's not a thing where you're like getting in the moment and like, do you know what I mean? You have a line. I think as long as you know who your character is, you know how she's gonna speak that line.
Let's be
There's
honest,
not.
it's not as fun as mocap.
It's I don't know. It's
No,
different.
yeah, okay.
I think I don't know. I'm not gonna say there's no prep. I just think it's a very different way of working, and so
Yeah.
I would prep for it in a very different way to if I was going on stage and doing a Shakespeare, for
So
example.
I'm guessing you really want to do more mocap and continue with this work in games, or what?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So hire me. Shameless plug.
You don't have a preference? TV, movies, games, voice acting. You like to do it all?
I love it all.
Yeah.
I love it all. The only thing that I don't get to do so much living in LA is theater, which I would love to do as well. But
I was going to
this
say
is,
because you got a lot of credits at theatre, and you must miss
yeah,
doing
I
some
do. I
shows.
miss it. I miss it.
Mm.
There's just not, it's just not a big thing over here.
No.
So
What's your favourite? Mine's probably School of Rock or Hamilton. What's your
you mean theater
Yeah? What's your favourite
to do or to watch?
to watch? To watch.
God, I've seen some good stuff over the years. Do you know what I'm really into, or was really into for a while? Is immersive theater. Have you done any? Have you been to any immersive theater?
No, tell me about it.
So immersive theater, they also call it. There's another name for it as well. Sorry, it's my old age. I can't remember it. But it's
Immersive theatre.
they will take over a space. So, for example, I went to see one in London, and they hired. The production was Faust, and they hired a warehouse in East London. It had like 4 floors, and then they completely create the world of the play.
Ooh.
So you're walking around, so you're immersed in the world. So you can
Oh,
pick things,
what?
you
Really?
can pick things up, and the attention to detail is amazing. So if you pick up a piece of paper and you're in a, I don't know, like a law office or whatever, everything. If you read the paper, it will
Yeah.
be completely relevant to
Oh,
the
that's
play.
cool. That's really
And
cool.
and as the person watching, you can choose to go wherever you go. So wherever you choose to go within the space, you see a different part of the production.
Wow.
So it's also a game of luck, a game of chance.
So I did something similar. Okay, you tell me if it is similar. I went to this place and I had to go through this area, and there was all zombies chasing me and that sort of thing. Is that similar? I don't know.
Yeah, kind
Sort
of.
of,
Yeah,
isn't it? They're all actors, you know.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
And there's
And
like
so,
someone guiding us through, this little girl that was creepy, and you know.
so the only thing is with this, with the immersive theatre, I'm thinking of you get to choose. So you,
Oh, okay. Right.
so like a game of, it's like Russian roulette, really, because if you take a left instead of a right, and then the next night you go to see it again, you do a right and maybe instead of a left, your experience is going to be completely different.
That's
So your
really
experience
cool.
is reliant on the choices you make.
So you reckon that's going to be a big thing in the next few years, or
I mean, it has been
it has been
growing.
already? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it already has been, but I think it's growing. And in terms of stuff to watch, I mean, I love to watch all sorts of things, but that I really get a kick out of that.
Yeah. So what are you watching recently on the TV or movies? Anything you can recommend?
I mean, honestly, I've literally watched everything. Don't judge me, but because I've watched everything, I end up watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills today. I'm not even joking. I literally have run out of stuff to watch. But yeah, so much good stuff on these streaming platforms these days. I tend to. Oh God, you know what I watched recently that was great but slightly depressing was Nomadland. Have you seen that?
I haven't. I really want to see it. Yeah, I really want to see it. That's Frances McDormand. Yeah.
That's an amazing film. I mean, I don't know if it's depressing for everyone, but as someone who's sort of hurtling towards middle age and still single, I found it a bit depressing. But it was beautifully shot. And the thing that blew my mind is that a lot of the actors in it are not actors.
They're real. I love that.
real people.
I
And
couldn't believe
honestly,
it.
I don't want to spoil it, but there's this, you've got to watch this movie. There's this one scene where this lady who's not an actor uh, is with Francis, and she gives this whole speech. I won't give it away, but it's a speech about death, really.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like the best thing I've ever seen. And I was like, I was so gripped. And I thought, no one's that fucking good. No one can be that good an actor. And it turns out that she wasn't.
She's not an actor.
Because it was so brilliant. I was like, that has to be real. I mean, it's scripted, but.
Isn't that interesting? So does that make it a bit of a documentary in a way?
No, because it's scripted, but they just used people that weren't trained actors. These were real people, nomads.
Okay.
And not all of them, but a couple of the key cast members were. And this woman was just phenomenal. It was really.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's next on the list to watch for sure. I think it's on Disney Plus at the moment. So
the other thing that I loved recently was the Billie Holiday versus America. I don't know if that's the name.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing.
Great acting in that, isn't it? Yeah.
Amazing. And there's so much about Billie Holiday that I didn't know. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And actress Andra Day is next level.
Knocked it out of the park. Yeah,
for sure.
Jason here says, do you relate to Mother Miranda at any level? Besides the fact that you eat humans. We found that out earlier.
I think that's an interesting question, because I do think when you're playing this kind, or any character, you have to find something, some humanity in especially a character like this, something that you can hold on to. Do you know what I mean? Something you can relate to. And I think, as crazy as she is, I do think, I mean, really, it's all about her love for her child, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of her driving force is her
pretty much,
this desire to get, I don't know how much I should say, but to
recover her child,
her child. And I think I mean, I'm not a mum, but I definitely think that I have a maternal quality and a compassion and a love that is not exactly Miranda, but I think there's a huge capacity for love in Miranda.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Underneath all the shit, I think she has a huge capacity for love. So I would say that I have in common, maybe. I'm really like scraping the barrel, because let's be honest, she's psychotic. But also, I'd like to think it takes a lot for me to get really riled. But there is a side of me that's like, if you cross me, I'm gonna fucking let you have it.
Oh, I like that.
So I can be feisty. I can be feisty. So maybe we've got that in common too.
That's a great answer. Zach and everyone else is asking, can we get a quote from Mother Miranda in the voice?
No.
She's too embarrassed, guys.
I'm too embarrassed. No. Maybe I'll do something later for Instagram for you guys.
Oh, there you go. So make sure to follow her on Instagram. All right. And that's, let me get that up quickly. That Instagram is Shelley Lukes.
Yeah, just Shelley Lukes.
Just Shelley Lukes.
Yeah.
And also on Twitter.
I am. I'm really bad at Twitter, though. I'm trying to get better, but I'm really bad.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I got sent something recently from Twitter that were like, if you don't use us better, we're going to take your blue tick. I was like,
all right. Yeah.
But I post a lot of animal shit.
Oh, do you? You got some pets over there?
We've got a couple of cats here at this house, and I ride horses. So,
nice.
For some animal spam.
Oh, everyone will love that. I also wanted to ask you about the Alexander film, because I know you were in that for.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about that experience just quickly from what you remember?
Yeah, so this was actually when I was still a dancer. So I hadn't gone back to drama school. I wasn't acting, but I was actually doing Chicago the musical at the time.
Wow.
And I had my agent at the time was the choreographer for Alexander.
Oh, nice.
So he had asked me to be in it, and also to be sort of dance captain, which is a term used in the dance world where you are sort of responsible for looking after
The
the
crew,
dancers.
yeah, the dancers, yep.
So he'd offered me that role, and I was like, shit, take 2 weeks off Chicago and fly to Morocco and, you know, work with Oliver Stone. Why not? But it was amazing because it was my first experience on a huge film set. I mean,
Huge. Massive.
a
Like,
big budget
who was in
studio.
it? I'm trying to remember some of
Colin
the.
Farrell, Jared Leto, Angelina Jolie, Anthony Hopkins. It was like next level.
I'd be shitting myself.
But I remember I slightly was. I remember I had to. We arrived in Morocco, and I had to have my costume approved by Oliver Stone, and so I got dressed up, and he was on set already, and I literally got off a plane, got into my costume, left the hotel, and then they took me to set. And honestly, my eyes nearly popped out of my head because it was just like, honestly, I just can't even have the word to describe it. It was like full on. There were millions of people. We were filming in the Atlas Mountains. It was just a lot. And then here I am meeting Oliver Stone, and then Colin Farrell's there, and Jared Leto, and fucking Rosario Dawson. And they were looking at me in my costume, and then there's music, there's snakes, there was like a bear in a cage. It was just like next level. Blew my mind. And I was like, oh, you're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. It was like, this is the real deal.
And so did you meet any of them, or how did it work? You just did your scenes and that was it, or what?
Yeah, but you know, the scenes. So I worked with Rosario, helping her with the choreography. So there was a rehearsal period before we shot. And then I think we did a night shoot. Our scenes were done at night, and it was the type of scene where everyone's round. I don't know if it was the wedding scene, but everyone is there, all the characters there. It's like round the campfire at night, and you've got all these exotic animals. It was like the big deal. So everyone was there. So you're like lining up, getting your mashed potatoes at dinner time with Jared Leto next to you. It's like, honestly, at that point, I was just this little dancer from London. I couldn't believe my luck. I was like,
wow. That's something you'll never forget, eh?
It was an experience for sure. I loved it. It was great.
Do you ever go back and watch it? Like, have you watched it recently or what? No.
I gotta say, I rarely watch the stuff that I'm in.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I've never watched an episode of Strike Back.
Oh my goodness! What? You must be joking.
I've seen bits of it, but I've never sat down and watched an episode from beginning to end ever.
Okay, so there's something going on here.
There's something wrong.
You're just humble. That's all it is.
You're
not full of yourself.
Good about everyone sit down and come and watch me on television.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's probably a good quality. Far out. So who's your inspiration as we wrap up here? A couple more questions. Who do you find inspiring in the business?
Honestly, I'm really bad at picking out like specifics.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific person, but I really appreciate, and it's not, do you know what? It's not even big celebrities that inspire me. I'll give you a perfect example. So when I was doing these interviewing filmmakers recently for this film festival, I was perfect example. I was interviewing these two girls, and they had come up with an idea. They had written a script, shot the script on an iPhone 11, done the post-production, and released it all in COVID. And they learnt everything themselves. So if they needed to do Adobe Flash or whatever, I don't know what I didn't
Adobe
know
Premiere,
yeah, whatever. They learnt it. They had to do this job. They learnt it, and the quality of the film that they produced was so brilliant. That to me was inspiring. I was like, if these two girls who were actors who had never done anything else other than acting before can pull this film together in a pandemic
with a phone.
I was like, it blew my mind. That to me is inspiring.
Yeah,
That made me want to go and like write a movie. So
I 100% agree.
you come across people like that all the time in this business, and those are the people that inspire me. I'm not going to say it's this A-list celeb or that A-list celeb. Honestly, it's the guys that are fucking in the front line, really hustling
Love
to
that
try,
answer, Michelle. Love that
you know,
answer.
make it work for themselves. Those are the people that inspire me. So that would be my answer.
Awesome answer. Honey says, I love you so much, Michelle. Miranda is my favorite character. What do you
Yeah.
think about Miranda's beautiful outfit?
Oh, I mean, it's sick. It's next level. I would love that outfit. I don't know when I'd wear it. I mean, what's not to love? Like every girl's gonna love dressing up in something like that, surely at some point.
Surely Halloween this year. No?
Halloween would be great. Halloween. I mean, I could maybe pull that out for a wedding or something. You know, I mean, you want to
I guess
bride,
so.
maybe without the mask, but yeah, it's a good look for sure. And it's not obviously not my face. They used a beautiful model to.
What was her name? Carolina? Have I got that right?
No, I think her name. I would say Anya.
Anya. Yeah, Anya. We won't try and pronounce her last name.
I know. Although they used her aesthetic, it's still my face moving.
You're the face and the body capture, just not the look of the face.
They just passed on my face. They're like,
but, hey, they did that for everyone, so don't feel bad. All right.
Face.
It's funny, isn't that funny how they get models for everyone's character? It's bizarre.
Do you know what? I'm not offended. It's fine.
It's bizarre. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Any upcoming projects that you can talk about that we should look out for that you're in?
Well, I am sort of just wrapping up another video game, but I cannot tell you the title.
So we're going to have you back for that? Sounds good.
Hopefully. A very different character, but she's also great. It's definitely something you will have heard of. That's all I'm saying. And I'm about to shoot a movie, so that's going to be fun.
Nice.
So we're just doing into rehearsals for that, and then we shoot at we begin end of June, I think. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yay.
Amazing, Michelle. Well, look, I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you had a good time.
It was fun. I wish I wasn't drinking tea because it's getting dark now. I wish it was a Jack and Coke. I could keep talking for hours. But thank you, and thank you to everyone that took the time to come and listen to me ramble on. So I appreciate you guys.
It's been fantastic. Of course, guys, make sure you follow Michelle, Insta, Twitter, get a cameo from her. I'll get that in the description. Anywhere else I'm missing?
I mean, I think there's a Facebook page, but honestly, that's the bottom of. That's the last thing I get to be honest. I'm the most active on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, IG, and you're posting some good stuff too. Very engaging content.
Thank you, Dan.
And anything else you want to say to the fans quickly?
Just thank you, really. You know, it's pretty intimidating coming into such a well-established franchise, and you know, I know that the fans are the real staunch fans, and I really appreciate them giving me a chance. So I want to say thank you for giving me a chance and not judging me too early on. But it's been nothing but love, and from my heart, thank you. It's been such a ride, and the making it was fun, but actually getting to like connect with people who love her has been wonderful. It's like it makes it all worthwhile. It's been great.
Absolutely amazing, and really great job, Michelle. Really, from me to you, that you did a really bang up job in the game. So thanks, congrats. Dan. And I look forward to seeing you in plenty more.
Yay! Bring it on. I'm ready.
All right, Michelle, I'll let you go, but thank you so much for taking the time.
Of course, anytime.
Take
care. Bye, guys.